Have you ever wondered if there's a better way to live than moving into a nursing home? For many people between the ages of 60 and 85, the thought of going into a nursing home brings a wave of anxiety. It often feels like losing control, like the final chapter is being written before you're ready to turn the page. But here's the truth. Nursing homes are no longer the only option. In fact, more and more seniors today are choosing better alternatives, options that are not just safer, but more fulfilling, more respectful, and more in tune with how they actually want to live. In this video, we're going to explore 7 powerful alternatives to nursing homes. These are real, proven choices that reflect the latest trends in how older adults are aging, with freedom, dignity, and support. Some of these ideas are simple, some are a little surprising, but all of them are focused on one thing: helping. You live the way you want, on your own terms. Stick around until the end, because what you're about to hear might completely shift how you view your future and give you more control than you ever thought possible. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. We bring you practical, empowering content designed especially for this stage of life. Let's get started. Stay in your own home with in-home care. One of the most powerful choices you can make as you grow older is simply this: stay where you are, in the home you know and love. But with the right support, in-home care isn't about giving up independence, it's about enhancing it. Many seniors today are turning to in-home caregivers, not because they can't live alone, but because they want to live well. That support could include help with meals, light housekeeping, errands, or more personal assistance with bathing, dressing, and managing medications. For many older adults, sleeping in their own bed, sitting in their favorite chair, and watering their own plants means everything. It's not luxury. It's comfort, control, and familiarity. In fact, research shows that seniors who age in place tend to have better cognitive health and experience fewer episodes of depression than those in institutional care. Take Margaret, for example. She's 78. Her knees aren't what they used to be, and she sometimes forgets her meds. But with a home aide who visits 5 days a week, she's thriving. She still does crossword puzzles in the morning, watches birds from her kitchen window, and meets her neighbor for Sunday coffee. What she needed wasn't a facility, it was just a little help. Best of all, in-home care can be flexible. You can start with just a few hours a week and increase as needed. It's a personalized approach that supports your independence and preserves your dignity. Live with family in a supportive arrangement. Another increasingly popular option is moving in with adult children, but not in the way you might think. This isn't about losing your independence or becoming a burden. When done right, multi-generational living can be a beautiful, supportive arrangement where everyone benefits. You get to be close to loved ones, help with grandchildren, share meals, pass down stories, and feel needed, heard, and appreciated. From a psychological perspective, living with family can reduce loneliness and restore a deep sense of purpose. But here's the key. For this to work, everyone needs to have clear boundaries, respect, and space. The best living setups are those where each generation honors each other's needs. Take James, 81. After his wife passed, his daughter invited him to live in a converted space above their garage. He has his own entrance, kitchenette, and schedule, but he also joins family dinners, watches his grandson play baseball, and enjoys his independence with connection. For James, it changed everything. Financially, these arrangements can also ease the pressure on both sides, reducing costs and sometimes even qualifying for tax breaks or support programs. But beyond the numbers, it's about something even more important: knowing you're not alone. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, drop a number 2 in the comments to let me know you're here. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. We've got more practical, inspiring content coming your way. Now let's move on. Age in place with smart home. Modifications, one of the smartest alternatives to nursing homes today, is something many people overlook: staying in your home with some smart upgrades. This isn't about being stubborn. It's about making your space work with you, not against you. More seniors are installing stair lifts, grab bars, walk-in tubs, non-slip floors, and motion sensor lights. Not because they're giving up, but because they want to stay independent longer and live safely. Think about it. Small changes in your home can make a huge difference. A wider doorway can accommodate a walker. Better lighting can prevent a fall. A voice-activated assistant can remind you to take your medicine. And here's the mindset shift. Aging in place doesn't mean ignoring change. It means adapting smartly. You can also integrate smart home technology like automatic lights, emergency call systems, and even remote health monitoring that lets family or doctors check in without invading your privacy. It's about preserving your lifestyle while minimizing risks. Whether you live alone or with someone, modifying your home to meet your evolving needs could be the most practical and empowering move you ever make. Aging in place isn't about pretending nothing's changing. It's about planning, so you can keep living life on your own terms. And that's where technology steps in. Today's tools like voice-controlled assistants, medical alert systems, video doorbells, and automated medication dispensers aren't luxuries anymore. They're tools for dignity. They help seniors live alone while staying connected, safe, and supported. But aging in place isn't just physical or practical, it's deeply psychological. It protects something priceless, your identity. You're surrounded by your own memories, your own routines, your favorite smells. You sleep in your own bed. That kind of continuity keeps you grounded in a way no institutional setting ever could. Take Linda, 79. After a fall, she remodeled her home for safety. At first, she felt embarrassed, as if it was a sign she was getting old. But just a few weeks later, she told me she felt freer than she had in years. She could shower without fear, move around without second-guessing, and live without constantly asking for help. When families support this kind of choice, it's a powerful act of love. It says, "We trust you, we believe in your strength, and we'll help you live where you feel most like yourself." It's not always the easiest path, but when done with foresight and support, aging in place gives older adults something many feel slipping away: control. Multi-generational living, with clear boundaries. Another growing alternative is multi-generational living, but not in the old-fashioned sense of just moving in with your kids and becoming the babysitter. The key here is one word: boundaries. When done right, living with family can strengthen relationships, not strain them. It offers shared responsibilities, daily companionship, and a level of emotional support that's hard to find in institutional care. But without intentional structure, things can fall apart fast. That's why the most successful setups start with open, honest conversations. What are everyone's expectations? Who handles what? What privacy is non-negotiable for both sides? This isn't caretaking, it's co-living. In these homes, older adults often help with light chores, share stories, offer wisdom, and bring a calming presence to a busy household. They're not sidelined. They're integrated. Take Mary, 83. She moved in with her daughter and son-in-law after her husband passed, but she wasn't treated like background noise. They helped her set up a private suite, respected her morning routines, and involved her in family decisions. She even became the official bedtime storyteller for her grandkids. Mary says she feels needed, not used, supported, but not smothered. Psychologically, multi-generational homes help older adults feel connected, purposeful, and valued. But they require mutual respect, clear boundaries, and the humility to adapt when things aren't working. This isn't about going back to the old ways. It's about creating new, healthier dynamics, blending tradition with emotional intelligence. If you're still with us, type number 4 in the comments to let us know you're here. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss more videos like this. Let's keep going. Independent living communities with on-demand support. Too often, people think the only choices are stay home alone or move into a full-time care facility. But there's a sweet spot in between. Independent living communities designed for people who still manage their lives, but want a safety net and a sense of belonging. You get your own space, usually a private apartment or cottage, but with optional support services nearby. Meals, if you want them. Help with errands or small medical needs if you ask. Social activities when you feel like joining in. No one's checking in every hour. No one's hovering. But help is always there, on your terms. And perhaps the biggest draw? Community loneliness is one of the quietest threats to seniors. Not because it causes instant harm, but because over time, it wears away at your joy, resilience, and even your immune system. Being around others in the same stage of life can bring back something many people lose in old age: shared stories, shared laughter, shared purpose. 6. Aging in place with smart home technology. There's something sacred about staying in your own home as you grow older. The walls hold your memories. The garden still blooms with flowers your spouse once planted. Everything feels just the way you like it. But the truth is, staying home used to come with risks, falls, missed medications, the constant fear of, what if something happens and no one knows? Not anymore. Thanks to smart home technology, aging in place is no longer a gamble. It's becoming one of the safest and most empowering ways to grow older. And it's not just for tech experts or the wealthy. Today's tools are affordable, easy to use, and quietly powerful. For example, fall detection sensors are now built right into your walls or ceiling. No more clunky buttons around your neck. If you fall, they automatically alert your family or emergency services. No action needed. Smart medication systems can gently remind you when it's time to take your pills, or even dispense them for you. If you forget, your daughter might get a text and check in, without sounding like a nag. Motion-activated lights reduce nighttime falls. Smart thermostats keep your room warm without fiddling with knobs. Even fridges now alert you when food is about to expire. It's not about giving up control. It's about reclaiming it with confidence. Take Harold, 81. After his wife passed, he lived alone. His son was worried, but once they installed a smart hub, motion sensors, and a medical alert watch, everyone could breathe easier. And Harold? He didn't feel watched, he felt respected. That's the heart of it. You're not losing privacy, you're gaining peace of mind. You're not managing alone, you're living securely, with pride. If you're still watching and finding this valuable, drop number 6 in the comments to let me know you're here. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on more videos like this. Intergenerational living communities. There's a quiet revolution happening in how older adults are choosing to live. It's not about isolation. It's not about long, empty hallways. It's about connection. Welcome to the world of intergenerational living communities, where people of all ages live side by side in neighborhoods designed for real life, real conversations, and real belonging. These communities are structured around shared experiences, shared meals, shared spaces, and shared purpose. Imagine this. Your neighbor is a young teacher, a single mom, or a college student. They might help you with groceries, share a home-cooked meal, or simply sit and chat. In return, you offer your wisdom, your presence, and your stories, things no one else can provide. This isn't about charity or dependence, it's mutual support. Take Joan, 76. She moved into one of these communities in Oregon. Nearby, school students lived in dorm-style housing. Every Thursday, Joan hosts a poetry circle. In return, the students help her with tech, change light bulbs, and introduce her to music she never knew she'd love. She says, "I feel alive again." These communities often feature gardens, libraries, walking paths, activity centers, spaces that encourage natural interaction, not sterile lobbies or locked doors, and it's not just good for your spirit. Studies show seniors in intergenerational communities experience slower cognitive decline and less loneliness. And the younger folks? They become more empathetic, more grounded, and more aware of life beyond their screens. This isn't about moving away from the world. It's about stepping back into it, with purpose. If you're someone who still feels you have so much to offer, but you're not sure where to place it, this kind of living may be your answer. Because in old age, Connection isn't a luxury. It's a form of medicine. And sometimes the best prescription isn't a pill. It's the sound of laughter over a shared dinner table. Growing older doesn't mean giving up your independence or your dignity. For many, the idea of ending up in a nursing home brings a quiet fear, the silence, the routine, the sense of being warehoused instead of seen. But today we've explored real alternatives, paths that honor your spirit, your choices, and your life story. Whether it's co-housing with friends, living near your adult children, on your terms, joining a senior village or intergenerational community, hiring in home care, using smart home technology to age safely in place. There is no one-size-fits-all solution, but there is a common thread: the desire to stay human, connected, and in control. You've lived too much life to hand over the keys without thought. So ask yourself, which of these options speaks to your heart? Which one makes your shoulders relax just imagining it? Because the goal isn't just to extend your years, it's to make sure those years still feel like yours. Thank you for being here with us today. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. What did you learn? And how do you plan to apply it to your own life or to someone you love? Your thoughts mean the world to us. Reading them motivates and inspires everything we create. So if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support allows us to keep delivering thoughtful, empowering content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.